Can you imagine if we were to give authority to over 1,000 school districts to come up with their own curriculum of study?
This government used to be a government of, by, and for the people. We probably tell everybody when we speak in our local municipalities that we believe in local control. I do believe in local control. I believe our parents and that school board is just as capable of making decisions for their children than we are, and even perhaps more so.
In my opinion, having read the bill, having talked to the author, while this wouldn't be the author's intent, of course, there could be those who teach discriminatory, anti-gay, anti-black, anti-Jewish lessons, and students could, under this bill, be excused from school to attend these lectures.
I invited the CTA as well as the California Federation of Teachers into my office also. Had a pleasant conversation with them. We talked about many things, agreed on most. One of the things they brought up, a few of you did, about perhaps people being intolerant or discriminatory. So I asked them, is there any religion that you would point out to me to help walk me through that? They could name none.
This bill violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. It undermines the secular foundation of our public school system and places the doctrine of separation of church and state on a very slippery slope.
The Supreme Court twice affirmed this opinion that this was not a violation of the Establishment Clause. And regarding the Legislative Council Bureau that pointed out that I read, that was actually the CTA asked me to get an opinion. The Supreme Court wasn't good enough for them, nor the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, nor the 10th Circuit. So they thought this was a neutral third party. They wanted us to get that. And it clearly states in there, and they cite section code of the California Constitution that it does not violate the Constitution of California, nor our First Amendment rights. But, you know, I guess we're entitled to our own opinion, but not our own facts.
Members, there is nothing in SB 1457 that is good policy for all of us.
We've had 60 years of sort of this new movement in school of moving faith. You know, once America was #1 in almost every category, so it's time to tally the score. You know, we have all these isms today of progressivism, nihilism, relativism, and all sorts of isms that's been a dozen incompatible philosophies that we sort of be teaching our students. And so where have we gone from 60 years ago? We've gone from #1, the envy of the world in education, to, depending on what polling you read, anywhere from 17th to 19th, and then things like literacy, we're 23rd. And so again, the ancients, people much wiser than myself, which isn't a hard thing to do, but I stand on the shoulders of those who possess a superior political, philosophical and theological view than myself. And again, greats like Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Augustine, Thomas Aquinas, John Locke, Benjamin Rush, and again, the one who sums it up for me, I think, is Alexis de Tocqueville, the French philosopher in Democracy in America, talks about these things and why America was doing so well. And all these people believed that the true education, that's what classical liberal arts education used to be. That's what Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and all the Ivy Leagues were based on, is integrating the intellect with the soul. I do not know or even pretend to know more than they did. And so that's why I stand on those shoulders. This is one of the things our children need, and it does not violate the First Amendment. And I clearly stand on our First Amendment and would appreciate if you guys would also support our foundational principles and ask for an aye vote.